Hello, cinema lovers. We are Cinema Skwad coming at you with episode 3 of our podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Boyd, here with my co-hosts,
Will, Aaron, Miller, Lewis, Fox, Rafa.
2 days ago, yesterday, news broke that the Guardians of the Galaxy, the team from Marvel's 2014 hit, will appear in Avengers Infinity War. This has gotten a bit confusing because of the whole Part 1, Part 2 situation. Avengers Infinity War is no longer 2 parts. It's only one movie. Avengers 4, which is coming out in 2019, will be a different movie, but still kind of connected to the Infinity War thing. But the Guardians will appear in Avengers Infinity War, which was originally referred to as Avengers Infinity War Part 1. But what do you guys think of this? I'm sure you guys are excited to see the Guardians. Do you want to see any new additions to the team? Let me know.
Okay, so far, when I found this out, I was walking out of Kubo, and I actually found it out from our site, and I'm fucking giddy. I mean, look, it was a no-brainer that they were going to be in the film, but it's just nice to have some type of confirmation that the Guardians are going to be in the film. It's great. I mean, being able to see the Avengers, the entirety of the Avengers and the Guardians on screen for the first time in 2018 is going to be great. I don't really want to see... I know Mantis is being added to the team and Yondu is being added to the team for next year. Personally, I would just rather see the 5 Guardians that we saw in the first film just team up. But, I mean, whatever way they want to switch it, it's fine. And just commenting on the before we move on, commenting on the Infinity War, how it's being split up. I don't have the quote the Russos have been throwing around, but they've been being interviewed recently. By different outlets, and pretty much the way to look at Infinity War right now is look at it as Winter Soldier and Civil War, because Winter Soldier and Civil War were 2 different movies, but they were still connected. They were still connected. They still had the same themes, like the Winter Soldier and Falcon. So just kind of think of it. It's not exactly 2 parts, but it's still going to have the same themes. Like Thanos is going to be an overarching threat. It's still going to have the same themes, but they're still trying to make 2 different movies because they stated that they don't want Part 1 to be the build up and Part 2 to be the just finish it all. So
yeah.
Well, I'm just
if I may shove my point in here, I agree honestly totally, but I just don't want to see them introduce the Guardians in a Scott Lang Ant-Man into Civil War kind of style. It's like, hey, we have the Ant-Man. It's like, no, like actually introduce them. It's like, oh, we have, like, the Guardians, or, like, they present themselves like, we're the Guardians of the Galaxy, we can help you out with Thanos or whatever. Don't Scott Lang it, okay?
Yeah.
Exactly. I loved Ant-Man and Civil War, but the way they're like, oh, we have this guy. It's like, no, like, actually give him a bit of, like, because he's an amazing, like, character. Like, the Paul Rudd, the guy that played Ant-Man, he's an amazing character, like, I mean, come on, like, he acted very well. Like, he deserved a better entrance. So as long as they make the Guardians, they don't make them enter like they did Ant-Man, I'm good with that. And as for all of this, I don't know how the heck they're going to reunite the Avengers after this whole mess up Tony did. Because I'm saying Tony because this is all Tony's fault. Like, we can all agree, Tony messed up badly. I don't know how they're going to fix it because... I think Avengers, this movie is like, it's in 2 years, and there's no other Avenger movie. There's just Doctor Strange and which one else?
Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming,
Guardians 2,
and Thor Ragnarok.
Okay, yeah. I don't know how they're going to reunite the Avengers because Thor is in it's in one of the other 9 realms. Spider-Man is in high school, dating, I don't know who. And Doctor Strange doesn't even know about the Avengers. So he does know about them, but he does, Doctor Strange is his origin story. So how are they going to fix the Avengers before Infinity War? I don't know. I don't want them.
I think Infinity War is going to be Infinity War, I think, is going to be the melding and the fixing of the Avengers. Because Tom Holland brought up that we're going to learn, like, the Sokovia Accords are still going on in Spider-Man Homecoming. So we're going to learn a little bit more. Yeah, we're going to learn a little bit more about that. And then I know that the Russos have said that Infinity War starts with Thor. So whatever happens at the end of Ragnarok, it's going to, bleed into Infinity War. So it's going to be connected threads. But I do like how they're leaving it shattered. So
I I don't want them to shoehorn everybody like, oh, we're all friends again in Infinity War. No, people want an actual story. Don't be like, oh, they fixed it in 6 months that you never saw. Get it? Like
they're not gonna do that. Marvel's not gonna do that.
Okay, I know Marvel wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying. You got to be skeptical. You got to be a realist sometimes. But I totally get it, and I'm excited, honestly. So yeah.
If I could put a point in right now, I've heard some interesting theories circulating around about that we might be seeing the new Avengers team, like we saw in the comics, resurface in the second movie, being with Spider-Man Homecoming and the few other movies that are going to be coming up in the near future, that we're going to get the 69 character list in Infinity War. War. Sorry. Too many infinities circulating in my head. But the second movie be a more centralized around a smaller group fighting on some sort of other battlefield.
That would make sense.
I have a theory on what, I don't know if they do this, but I have a theory on what the second one will be. I think it'll be World War Hulk.
Ooh. I pray and hope that you are wrong, buddy. But
why is that?
That's all I have to say. I don't want to. World War Hulk is one of those comic stories that was good. It worked on paper, but I don't have no appetite to see adapted on screen. I know they're doing something like that with Ragnarok, but I totally agree. I want. Yeah, we've seen the Avengers fight each other. These two movies need to be unity.
Also, do you really want to see a movie where the Hulk is the main bad guy?
That'd be cool, though.
Do you really want to? It'd be cool, yeah. But do you really?
But I don't.
It'd be cool, but as he said, like on paper, amazing. On movie, no.
Yeah, that's how I kind of felt with Harley's Chester costume. It's really awesome to see in a comic book, and it was awesome to see in Suicide Squad, but it would not have worked for the entire movie.
Totally.
I don't know if I'd want it necessarily or not. I just think they might do that. But I also think it would be really impressive if they could actually pull that off.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I am certainly pumped for the Guardians of the Galaxy in Avengers Infinity War, and I really, 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 really hope we get to see Nova join the Guardians.
Oh, yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Wait, Richard Rider or Alex, what's his name?
Either one, just Nova. I just want to see Nova in the Guardians.
I would want more of Richard Rider, but if we get Alex at least, I'm good.
But and on the Avengers Infinity War being one movie and then Avengers 4 being a different thing, but on that, I don't know. I kind of wanted it to be two parts, but I kind of don't want it to be two parts because I hope that Avengers Infinity War, I hope that it's. I feel like that kind of needs to be two movies that because it's such a big thing. I mean, it's
Marvel.
It's like Marvel's Crisis on Infinite on Infinite Earths, but
don't you dare do it again.
I still feel like it's going to be two movies because even the way they've been talking about it, I feel like it's just they're trying to not just do the direct. We're splitting this in half. They're just not trying to do that. They're just still trying to make two different movies with the same game. Because if Thanos dies in Infinity War, I'm going to be pissed. You've been building up this guy the entire time. I want him to bleed over into a two-part epic.
Yeah, I know, but I hope they don't defeat Thanos in the first movie.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
See, I would like to see some sort of Darth Vader-esque kind of thing to happen, like him to spin off somewhere and then in the second movie come back strong.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. Yeah.
I mean, Marvel's not very good with villains a lot of the time, and if they really screw up Thanos, then the whole movie kind of falls apart. So.
Yeah, it would suck so much if they screw up Thanos. This is the only
one they can't screw up. They can't screw this one up.
Yeah.
And but what I just really don't want to happen, I hope that they don't like I said, I hope they don't defeat Thanos in the first movie, but I don't know how. If Infinity War, if it's going to be two separate movies, is it going to be like Justice League? And like Justice League Part 1, you have Steppenwolf, and then Justice League Part 2, we're probably going to get Darkseid? Is it going to be like that, and there's going to be like one of Thanos' pawns or something? Like...
Oh, no, I think Thanos is going to be involved over the... It's not just... It's a different type. They're just not doing our normal part 1 and Part 2. And they talked about the title. The reason they're not revealing the title, I think it's something spoilers in it. Because you have to see... I think they're going to reveal the title for the next film after Infinity War. Because they've been being interviewed by different outlets. And they were talking about, the title. They were talking about the title and what they were going to do, and they said we're going to reveal it. You're not going to find that out until later on, much later on.
That's why I'm feeding towards the New Avengers feel, because that would mean that they'd have to hide that away from people.
I don't know. Either way, it's really interesting. It really interests me to see the way they're going, and it's. I think it'll definitely be interesting to see. I just hope they don't fuck it up.
Yeah, me either. I mean, it sounds interesting. We don't know exactly what's happening, and that's kind of the fun part of it. But yeah, It's just like, this is going to be this has never been done before. You have all these franchises coming together in this big epic film. So that's just going to, and it's shot all in IMAX. So it's
I'm really excited to see that being shot all in IMAX.
I have a question for you guys. It has nothing to. Well, it technically does have to do, but. What would you guys think of if after 2024, I think is the farthest movie they have planned, like both studios have planned? What if after 2024, both studios were like, let's do an amalgam kind of thing, and they both like made,
I'd be
together.
So happy.
I know, right? As by then, as like a 26, 24-year-old, 24, 26-year-old, I'd be so down with it, because it's like, we had the Marvel Cinematic Universe start in 2008 with Iron Man up until 2019, 2020 or whatever. And then the DC Extended Universe up until whatever. And now they're both combining into the Amalgam Universe.
Could you imagine that? Like, I just hope huge crossover between Fox, Marvel, and
it'd be
DC.
Crazy.
That is something that I already want to happen. I want the X-Men to fight the Avengers or just team up together. I want Fox to just be like, you know what? We're going to Sony this. Here's the rights.
See, I
feel like what Fox should do is not just give the rights to Marvel. They should just kind of like do what Sony did. Like, they still have all the creative control over their characters, and they can still do what they want, but these characters can be a part of the MCU.
Exactly. Like, please.
Yeah.
I want to see Wolverine. I want to see Wolverine slap Hulk.
Oh, wait,
then they could still like make an R-rated Deadpool movie if they wanted to.
I know, right? And have like Spider-Man appear out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that'd be so awesome.
Fox doesn't have the incentive to do that.
Yeah,
Sony had the incentive to do that because Sony was losing money on Spider-Man. Because everything that they did after Spider-Man 3 was just the fucking wrong decision to make. And they were running Spider-Man into the ground.
Well, Fox lost money.
Stop. Fox doesn't have the incentive to do that. The X-Men movies are making money. And you can say
Fox lost money on Apocalypse.
They didn't lose that much money.
It just didn't do as well as they were expecting.
And they still have Deadpool. So
right. And you can say whatever you want to about the quality of the films. When it gets right down to it, what matters is do they make money? And the X-Men movies have consistently made money.
Yeah, and personally, I don't
16 years later, they're still making them with no end in sight.
Yeah, and I don't want to see... I like... The only characters I want to see move over to Marvel from Fox is the Fantastic Four. Everything else, the X-Men, I'm fine where they are because that just means we get more movies. We get more comic book movies because if Marvel was doing everything Marvel, we wouldn't get as many comic book movies. And I like having, we can take a break from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and hop over to the Fox X-Men universe, and then we can take a break and hop to the DC universe. So I like
in comic books, it's one thing, but in movies, the X-Men really don't fit in the greater Marvel Cinematic Universe because of what the X-Men are and what their themes are. It doesn't make any sense for the X-Men to be in a world, because the X-Men have always been an allegory for prejudice and, not even just racism, but prejudice of all kinds.
Segregation.
Of all kinds. And, Bryan Singer, they were created in the middle of the civil rights movement. And Bryan Singer has used it as an allegory for, homosexuality. But no matter what, anybody that's ever felt like an outsider can identify with the X-Men. And you throw all that away when you introduce non-mutant superhero characters. Because, it doesn't make any sense that, okay, you were born with superpowers, so I hate you and I don't trust you, and, fuck you. These guys were bombarded with cosmic rays, so they're cool. Like, it just doesn't.
Yeah,
that never made sense. It's like, okay, if you're born with a God-given power, like, not God-given, like Marvel Universe God-given, like, you're born with a God-given gene or really God-given power, I hate you. But, you got bombarded with, like, the type of radiation that will kill, like, an entire city, and you became a green giant. I love you.
Yeah, or, you take steroids.
What the hell?
You take steroids and throw a Frisbee, and you're fine.
Or you got blasted by a lightning bolt. And, well, actually, no, it's DC. Never mind. But still, you got blasted by a lightning bolt with chemicals in the face, and you got super speed.
And that's why the X-Men really need to stay separate. They need to be in their own universe. And even in the comics, I would say this, but comics are a little different because you can have Wolverine in a Spider-Man story and not have to deal with those prejudices that you deal with in the X-Men book. But in movies, you don't have that luxury that you have in the comics. So, yeah, you really have to keep the X-Men and the Marvel Universe separate, because otherwise they lose their whole shtick. They lose their whole reason for being, which is to be an allegory against prejudice.
And Marvel has the Inhumans, so they can do that.
That's true.
According to the Wrap, take this with a pretty big grain of salt. It's not confirmed yet. It's not just like officially confirmed.
I'm hoping
no
it's
one
true.
from Marvel has came out and said, like, yeah, it's confirmed. But according to Humberto Gonzalez at the Wrap, Zendaya will be playing Mary Jane Watson in Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, I know a bunch of arguments are about to ensue, so keep it civil. What do you guys think of this?
Cool.
Okay, I got first. I work on Instagram, so, like, I have a lot of friends that do these news outlets and stuff like that. A lot of them have been corrected by a lot of, like, credible sources. Like, for example, there's this guy. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not gonna give free publicity. But he posted about it, like, Mary Jane, like, Zendaya is gonna be Mary Jane and stuff like that. A lot of people started, like, bringing segregation back in the comments of his post, which, damn, like, the community with me and Preston work on is scary. I'll share stories later on. But anyway, getting back to the point, he shared that, and, like, 2 minutes after he posted it, somebody DM'd him. He showed a lot of us the DMs and was like, hey, this is actually not confirmed. This credible website said that it was actually not confirmed. The cast list was leaked and showed who people are playing. And then I think it said T.H., Tom Holland, obviously, Peter Parker, this guy, the Indian.
Yeah, it said Zendaya and Michelle.
Yeah, Zendaya, Michelle. I don't know if that's to hide it.
Which,
and
that's
then, like,
what they. I don't mean to cut you off, but
That's what they said her character was at Comic-Con.
No, because it was supposed to be a surprise.
They probably put that on there just in case.
It was supposed to be a reveal at the end of the movie, but it got out.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
But, what do you guys... I want to know, if this is true, what do you guys think?
if it is true,
perfect. She's a beautiful girl.
yeah, if it is true, I don't care either way. It's just like, if it fits the story you're trying to tell, whatever. If it does, it's just like, I don't care. It's a character. Her main characteristic, when I describe Mary Jane, the main characteristic isn't she's a white female. It's just, that's not her characteristic. And also, like, about everyone flipping out about the red hair, Barry Allen doesn't have blonde hair. None of the Barry Allens have blonde hair. Aquaman doesn't have blonde hair. Hawkeye
No, Aquaman has blonde black hair.
Yeah, so it's just
No, but he means the actors.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, but it's just like, if it fits your story, the story you were trying to tell, which John Watts has said he wants to display a diverse Queens, then go all at it. I don't care.
Yeah,
as long as you can act, as long as you can bring to the character what needs to be brought to the character, I don't give a shit.
I mean, like going back to his point on Barry Allen, like for example, the guy that played Barry Allen, like this is like Flash season 1 all over again. Greg Gustin, he's gonna play Barry Allen or whatever. Yeah. A lot of people hated him because he was on Glee and whatever, and he played a homosexual character. So a lot of people thought he was homosexual, which he's not. It's like, Barry Allen's not gay, so a character cannot be played by a gay actor or whatever. He's not even blonde. Doesn't even have the same eyes as him because Greg Gustin's eyes, I think, are brown or something. It's like, he can't do this, he can't be that, so whatever. And then season 1 starts, and people are like, oh my God, Greg Gustin, have my babies. No.
and then Ezra Miller gets cast as the Flash.
But am I right or not?
No, you're right. But
you're right.
Then Ezra Miller
got cast in the Flash, and everyone lost their shit.
And I still hate him.
After the Justice League trailer.
And because he's gay. What Lewis said about people thought Grant Gustin was.
Or here's another character.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
Another character from Man of Steel, Steve Lombard, looks nothing like his comic book counterpart, but he just still played the part.
In fact, a very famous one, Batfleck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you cannot debate that. Batfleck. A lot of people were hating him because he's too old, he's too this, he's too that.
And he played
Dark Knight. This is based on the Dark Knight Returns, guys. Batfleck needs to happen. Guess again. Like, what was the best part of BVS?
Batfleck.
Exactly. There we go.
But
so I'm not like I'm not against Zendaya.
I'm not. I don't think it's a terrible casting, and I'm not really against it because of her being black. I'm not. First off, I think Zendaya is a terrible actress, but Miller, like you said, no, she hasn't gotten anything to prove herself in.
The only thing she's been is like something like in Disney, and that's pretty much it. So
just from her on Disney. I mean, she's terrible, but
it's just bad,
dude. It's Disney.
I just
don't expect the quality.
No, I know, but I mean, it's still shit. Either way, I mean, even if it's Disney or not, it's still shit. But I don't want this to become a reoccurring thing where like every single love interest for every single superhero has to be black. Because that's what it seems like it's starting to be. It was Iris on the Flash, and then it's Iris in the Flash movie, and now it's Mary Jane Watson. And I just don't want this to become a reoccurring thing.
I get that, but I think it's just more about finding I think what Darren was saying, it's just more about finding the right person for the job.
No, see,
like Nick Fury, like Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, yeah, he was, but the Ultimate Edition was modeled after him, Rafa.
But another thing that worries me is that, like when Kiersey Clemons was cast in The Flash, I wasn't okay. That's a little weird. But I know Rick Famaye is a good director, so
and he's worked with Kiersey Clemons before.
Yeah. And he's worked with Kiersey Clemons before, so it didn't really worry me as much as when Zendaya was cast in a John Watts movie. And
but John Watts, if you listen to, he's trying to create a diverse Queens.
Yeah, I know, but just trying to create a diverse Queens doesn't justify it. John Watts has never really done much except for Cop Car.
He did Cop Car and Clown.
And wasn't Clown like terrible?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I think he's going to do great with it.
I've been saying since they released the title for Spider-Man: Homecoming that this movie is going to be a fiasco. Sony is still going to have their paw prints on it, and now Disney is putting their Disney paw prints on it, not Marvel's paw prints. Disney is putting their Disney paw prints on it.
I don't think that has to do with anything at all.
I don't have to.
Yeah, Zendaya ended her contract with Disney. She's not with
And another thing, like
Marvel.
As Miller, but as Miller said, the Disney Channel doesn't really command you to be a thespian. Like even Stevens, Shia LaBeouf came from Disney.
In kind of surprising Box office news: Suicide Squad ended up three-peating with $20.7 million, taking first place with $20.7 million.
It can't just be the same logic on both sides. You know what I'm saying? It's the double standard.
Yeah, I understand your point, and here's why. If Flash Thompson, who from the get-go from the get-go on Spider-Man comics was a white character, can be played by an actor from Indian descent or from let's just say Indian descent. If Flash Thompson can be played by an Indian descent actor, why can't Ghost in the Shell be a white female? Why can't stuff like that? If Mary Jane can be played by an African American actor, why can't Asian characters be played by this and stuff like that? Again, if Iris West can be played by a black character, why?
Honestly, that's all the internet wants. All the internet wants is
equality.
Well, yeah, quality, but consistency. You know what I'm saying? And the social justice warriors on the internet won't allow that consistency to happen. It has to go one way. Because either way, you're racist. And that's what people are getting pissed off about. And that's why every time another character is cast with, every time another white character is cast, it's almost seen as pop culture genocide. And I know that's probably too strong of a term to use, but there are a lot of very strong feelings behind this. And they're not racist feelings. We're being wiped out of our own shit feelings. And I'm not saying I hold those feelings. But I definitely understand where they're coming from. Still that same cry of whitewashing, because there's an the white canary in DC Comics. She's Lady Shiva. But Sarah wasn't playing that character. They just gave her that code name because it made sense. But you still had that outcry from just the one side saying whitewashing, and ironically, that's the same side that's telling us now that we have to accept any other casting when it's a white character because, reason.
Or Oriental.
Oh, yeah, Asian. Thank you. Forgive me, watchers. But, an Asian actress. And you could have given an Asian actress that chance to shine in a really big budget movie, but instead, and it's understandable why she's Scarlett Johansson. She's going to get the money. But it's just I think that's where the kind of the outcry came from, because you could have given a minority a chance to shine in a big budget movie.
But the point is that it happens every time. It's not just Scarlett Johansson. They did the
I know it happened. Yeah, Gods of Egypt.
When they made Sarah Lance the White Canary on Legends of Tomorrow, which made perfect sense because Laurel was going to be the Black Canary on Arrow.
Our box office news. So Suicide Squad is definitely showing the critics up because it's at 572 million worldwide, and it is expected to surpass 650 million worldwide. And it's taken in 262 million worldwide, and I don't know. You guys can, after I say the rest, you guys can tell me if you think it'll surpass 300 million worldwide. And in second place, Sausage Party came in second place with 15.3 million, bringing it to a worldwide total of 71.3 million. As I said in my article, Todd Phillips' wannabe Wolf of Wall Street, War Dogs took third place with 14.3 million. It's basically flopping because of its pretty large budget compared to what it took in opening weekend of 45 million.
Well, that was a mistake because I liked War Dogs. War Dogs was a good movie.
Okay, well, you can share your thoughts on War Dogs once I get to the rest of this. Even its great reviews couldn't save the stop motion animation family film Kubo and the Two Strings from flopping with 12.6 million opening, with 12.6 opening at the domestic box office and only 900,000 at the international box office, with a budget of $60 million. And then in fifth place, luckily fifth place, Ben-Hur also flopped, bringing in 11.3 million domestically and 10.7 million internationally on a $100 million budget. Ooh. What do you guys think of these numbers? Let me know.
Okay, first of all, Kubo, ouch. That's about it. Go.
Okay.
Kubo deserved to do better than it did, but I thought it was okay.
Isn't the company that did Kubo the company that did Coraline and
Paranorman and
which
Box Trolls?
Laika is an amazing studio.
they're gonna go bankrupt then.
I hope they don't, because they're actually trying to tell stories.
Yeah.
Like they're a studio. They're not relying on sequels. Not relying on. They're trying to tell stories. And I really like Kubo. I really, really like that film, because it was a film about storytelling, and and it was a film. Well, I don't want that's a spoiler. Okay, but anyway, it was a good film.
Here's the thing, though. The trailer did not convince me, and trailers are a big part. Sadly, this is sad these days now. If your trailer's not good enough, you're not going to get an audience. And the Kubo trailer wasn't good enough. Like, we can agree that the trailer for Kubo was boring.
We can't agree, because I actually liked all of the trailers. That's what actually got me in the theater. But
for me, it was very boring.
Yeah,
Luis is right, though. Your marketing campaign is everything. I mean, look at what happened to Ghostbusters, okay?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. I enjoyed Ghostbusters way more.
What'd you say, Louise is what?
Right.
Yeah.
I said you were correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wasn't saying Louis was wrong. I just saying me personally, I like that trailers did their job with me. They got me in the theater. But just for the rest of the box office, I didn't see War Dogs. Ben-Hur, good. And I'm glad.
What is Ben-Hur even about? Like, somebody tell me, because I might watch it.
Don't worry about it.
I can't even explain it. I've read the book, and I still can't explain it.
Yeah, there's a horse race and shit. But
it's also a remake of a movie that won 11 Oscars, and it's been remade a bunch.
Yes. Suicide Squad.
Go see the 1959 Charlton Heston movie. It's much better.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or read the book. But Suicide Squad, good for Warner Brothers. It needed it. Warner Brothers needed it. It hasn't really had that much competition. So go get your 3P. It'll probably be number one, possibly this week as well. Does it make it a better movie? No. But good job. You're doing good at the box office. So
here's the thing, though. I don't know who said that they were hoping for that one Arrow episode that would like boost the entire series back up and like make it like Happy Days.
How are we on Arrow now?
Yeah, we're
no.
It has to do with
stop. Let me finish my point. This has to do with DC. I'm waiting. I love DC movies. I love the Ultimate Cut or whatever. I'm waiting for that one DC movie. Like whoever made that comment about Arrow, that's me with DC movies. I loved Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition. I'm gonna wait for the uncut version of Suicide Squad, because I know there's a lot of good stuff they did. They didn't put it in the movie.
They're probably not making an uncut version.
Shut up.
I hope they don't.
I hope they do. God, I hope
not uncut. Like that, like Ultimate Edition kind of style.
Yeah, they've basically Warner Brothers has basically said they're not going to do that.
I think.
Anyway, point is, I'm waiting for that one movie. I'm waiting for that one DC movie to be like, here's the DC universe. I'm waiting for that one movie to be like, here's the universe that you guys want to be.
That one movie to blow you away.
Yeah, that one movie that just boosts the entire universe. To just be like backhand Marvel Studios in the face and be like, we're here, we're competing against you, suck our dicks.
I'm waiting for that movie too, man.
Yeah, anyway, back to the numbers, okay? Luis touched a little bit on marketing, and yeah, absolutely, that has a lot to do with how successful the movie is. But nothing is going to save you if you make bad business decisions. And War Dogs did not need to cost as much money as they spent on it. They spent way too much money on that.
I'm pretty sure Jonah Hill would have done the movie for a very, very low price.
Well,
they paid him too much.
There's no reason you have to have Jonah Hill in that movie.
What the fuck is up with Tommy Lee Jones and Mechanic?
Do you guys know that
anyone seen the trailer for Mechanic? I mean, honestly.
You guys know
I was
sequel,
so confused.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking awful.
Well, you guys know the sequel, right?
Yeah.
What?
But
Yeah.
I know
It's a
Darren
sequel.
said yeah. I was just making sure.
Because it's isn't it called Resurrection?
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes
Mechanic
sense
Resurrection.
because he didn't die at the end of the first
That
one.
like clues you into it being a sequel.
Yeah, I feel like no one's paying attention enough to
I'm
be like, oh, it's a
gonna be
sequel that
honest.
released in 2011.
I've never seen Mechanic, and I don't think we're gonna get that here in the Puerto Rican box office. So
You won't be missing much.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have to fucking force myself through the trailer for Mechanic every fucking time I see Suicide Squad, and so God, when I see it, it just looks so awful. I mean, the effects are just, the CG is just awful. Just the acting is awful. Just everything is just awful.
It's unfortunate because Jason Statham can be
the movie looks like a fan
actor.
film that was made on YouTube.
Yeah, it does. Because, did you see Spy? Jason Statham was the best part of that movie.
Yeah, he was.
So
he really was.
He's just selling himself short with.
Somebody needs to give Jason Statham some more good roles or something. He needs to be in Daredevil season 3. I mean, for God's sake, just give the man the bullseye role.
I think he's one of those actors that said he's never going to do a superhero movie.
I know, but all those actors say shit like that until
Didn't
they
he
actually
want to play
get
Daredevil
one.
at some point?
I don't know.
When they were rebooting it?
He was rumored for Bullseye in season 2, and then he said some shit about Marvel or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah, he did.
No, I'm just saying he would have not been a good character.
We didn't see him in the role.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see him in the role. I mean,
Well, I mean, still, just from his previous roles and how he acts, he can't really. I mean, he tried pulling that off in Zombieland, and it just doesn't really. He doesn't fit. He's not really a comedy type of person.
Well, I mean,
he's not.
Can I be honest with you guys?
Sure, like you've been for the last 2 hours.
Pretty much. I cannot unsee Mark Zuckerberg in Jesse Eisenberg. Like, he will never not be Mark Zuckerberg for me. Like, had I never seen The Social Network, I would have probably liked him as Lex Luthor more than I do. But I just can't Mark Zuckerberg him.
I can. I think he was amazing in the role as Mark Zuckerberg.
No, I'm saying.
Why
I'm not
I can't
saying
really
he was
see him
bad.
in a comedy role. It's just,
I'm not saying he was bad. I'm just saying he's just Mark Zuckerberg for me now.
But
I think Jesse Eisenberg is a great actor. I just don't think he's a good comedic actor.
In my head, he's always going to be whatever the main guy's name was in Now You See Me.
You.
Oh,
That was my first movie seeing him in.
What's next time?
What are you guys' predictions for next week's box office results?
Well,
number one again.
Suicide Squad is probably going to be number one again. I hope Don't Breathe does well.
That'd be cool.
Because that's actually a pretty smart movie, and that's all I have to say about that.
My take would be I want like a miracle to happen where people see Kubo like again and they start spreading word of mouth, be like, actually no, it's pretty good the second time around, so watch it like twice and it'll just like jump the box office. But that's a miracle. So but and as for Suicide Squad, it's
my
Suicide
prediction.
Squad.
This is what I'm hoping for, unless somehow Don't Breathe is just some kind of incredible hit. Suicide Squad.
I don't think it would be.
But
Suicide Squad will probably take first place again. Do you guys think Mechanic will do anything?
No one wants that. No single.
Like how what?
Going to get that number 5 spot.
Suicide Squad will probably take first place with 13 or 14 million, and then I think that Sausage Party will probably come back at number 2, and then Don't Breathe will probably come in number 3, and then War Dogs will probably be number 4, and Mechanic will probably be number 5.
I'm saying this because of Mechanic. When was the last movie Jessica Alba did that was financially successful? I'm trying to think. And again, I can't remember.
Fantastic Four?
Sin City, maybe?
Yeah, I can't think of
No, Sin City 2 didn't.
Nope.
Sin City.
Fantastic Four?
Anyways, next topic. This is our discussion topic for the day. I want everyone to pitch a Suicide Squad sequel.
Can I go first because I actually know what I want to say?
Miller,
I
you
kind
can
of
go
got.
first.
I kind of got one, but yeah.
I'm
No, go first.
going to give credit because I just saw this idea on Twitter and I thought it was really great. But Scott Weinberg on Twitter suggested this. Well, he suggested it for the first one, but it worked for a sequel too. If they did a movie about the Suicide Squad chasing Joker across the country, like a road trip across the DC extended universe.
That's what the first one should have been.
Yeah.
I want a sequel that doesn't have a Slipknot moment.
Whatever.
It's like, hey, my name's Slipknot. This is how my head blows up. Boom, let's get.
Well, apparently at the beginning of the movie, he actually had a backstory, and apparently he was a serial rapist in the movie, but they cut it out because they didn't want to offend people.
Oh, you mean because they weren't making a movie about villains or anything? So yeah,
I know.
Yeah, it's weird though, because like it's almost as if they were making like a movie about like DC's most wanted villains. I mean, they don't have the most maniacal psychopathic clown in the. Oh wait, they do.
And apparently that ties into the whole thing with the girl calling him a scumbag when he gets out of the car, but they fucking cut it out.
Again, it's not like they made like a super villain movie. They're just misunderstood heroes. They're heathens.
They're kind of bad, but they have hearts of gold.
They're not. Again, they're not the rogues. That's
but see, that's not the Suicide Squad though. They're not reluctant heroes. They're not kind of misunderstood but have hearts of gold. I don't want to get my head blown off, so I will do whatever you tell me to do. But I really want to rape and murder and pillage.
They weren't reluctant heroes. They were still bad. There was just things that they cut out of the movie that could make them look more villainous.
Who saw Assault on Arkham?
I have Assault on Arkham. I've seen it like 10 times.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's my Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's what I said the other day. That's why Suicide Squad should have been Assault on Arkham.
It should have been Assault on Arkham VR, whatever the fuck it is.
Even though I love Suicide Squad,
real life.
I've seen it like fucking 4 times, but it should have been a live-action Assault on Arkham.
Yeah, but you really want to see
something similar.
Just an animated live-action movie version of an animated movie.
It doesn't really have to be the exact same thing, but just the premise. Because again, Suicide Squad just makes them look like they have the name Suicide Squad because they're all like misunderstood. No.
My pitch, which is what another idea I shared with you guys the other day, like Will was talking about the other day, Suicide Squad, even though they were sent to get Amanda Waller in the movie instead of actually going for Enchantress. But Suicide Squad, the whole premise of Suicide Squad is to deal with things that the Justice League can't deal with, like covert Black Ops missions and shit like that. And so what my idea for the second one would probably be that on a mission while he's doing service in the military, Rick Flag is captured by terrorists and is held hostage. And so Amanda Waller sends the Suicide Squad made up of Harley, Deadshot, Boomerang, Katana, a bigger version of El Diablo to go. It'll be uploaded on like Sunday or Monday, but on Saturday we'll be doing a commentary on, I think, either Deadpool or The Wolf of Wall Street. And then on Sunday, we'll have our regular podcast, and that should be up on Monday.
Oh, let's do Wolf of Wall Street because I've never seen it.
So, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I think, Lewis, you wanted to, like, shout yourself out.
Not really. That was a joke, but, yeah.
Okay, well, you can follow him.
Should I shout myself out? Yeah, I'll shout myself out. Subscribe to Darren Leslie Jr.'s reviews. Shameless plug.
Okay.
Follow at Miller Farrell.
Here's my shameless plug. Go visit all my AWSM accounts on Instagram, like Awesome Comic Facts, and from on there you can see all the other ones I have. And it was fun. I'll be joining the podcast a lot more.
Guys, you can follow us on Instagram at cinema_squad. You can follow me, Dylan Boyd, on Instagram at King of Westeros. And you can like us on Facebook, Cinema Squad. You can follow us on Twitter, Cinema_squad.
You know nothing, Dylan Boyd.
Jesus Christ. You can follow me on Twitter at King of Westeros, just like my Instagram name. So, yeah, unless anybody else got anything to say, I guess we're going to close out. Okay. Well, we'll see you guys later.
See you.
Bye.
Peace.